Hey everyone, welcome along. Hopefully everything is working. I think the mic's working by the looks of things. My name is Andy and welcome to Andy's Art Lab. Today I'm going to just demold some resin that I've been pouring, and we're going to then also go and do a draw for the winner of our little Darth Vader. So this is my very first YouTube stream. Just getting used to the technology. I wanted to use my my phone to do this, but unfortunately, I think you have to wait 24 hours when you first set one up. So looks like we've got no one watching at the moment, but that's okay. I'm just going to continue on because I think this gets saved as a video which people can watch back later. And I got my eye on the chat, so if anyone does join, they can come into the chat. So in the meantime, let's go and demold a couple of things that I created over the weekend. So the first one up here, we've got this little bookmark. So with this, I used alcohol ink and resin. So just a few different colors here. A bit hard to see. This webcam's probably not the best, but it's just going to do until I work out how I can run my mobile phone as well. So this is a bookmark. I'll just take that off. Yeah. So we've got the kind of two sides there. First one, see that? It's quite clear, but we've got some alcohol ink, and we've got a hole up here which we can put the tassel through. So that's a first one to demold. Cool. And next go and demold the second one. This has got some sparkly black, and I've got a bit of gold in there as well. It's a bit hard to see on camera there, but you can sort of see the traces of the gold through that. So I'll go and just demold that one. And I did some mica powder on the back of that, if you can see that. So I've got two different colors of mica powder, and they kind of blend in there. Once again, I like these little bookmarks. They have the hole, so I've actually ordered some tassels to go with these. Once the tassels come in, then I'll be able to put them through here, and these make a pretty cool bookmark. The thing I like about them is that the design's quite different. So the back, you can see a bit of kind of like a little galaxy, and then on the front you have that mica powder with that chameleon kind of look. So pretty cool. Hopefully you like that. That's bookmark number 2. And we move on to bookmark number 3. So now this one you can probably see from the mold there, I over poured that. It's so easy to over pour, but I do have some tools which you can use to help remove some of that excess. So I'll just grab one of those now and find it. So this tool here is great at doing that. You can sort of just go around the edges of the resin, and that will help you just get rid of any excess resin that might be there. This one, by the looks of things, I've got quite a bit, so it might be a bit of a bust because even though you can trim the edges, it's going to be fat on one side and thin on the other. But you know what? I'll see what I can do with that later. I'll just take that out. Now this one, if you can see there, I use quite a bit of, there's like glitter in there. So that's quite a cool effect. Instead, it can just trim the edges, and then on the back, you can sort of see a little bit of that glitter coming through, but it's more of a black look to it. So that's the front, the glitter. Now it's still a little bit soft. I'm sort of a bit impatient in pulling these out of the mold a bit early. So I just wait for them to go a little bit harder before I try to trim that. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bit bendy at the moment. Cool. So we'll move on to this one. This is the skull. Now I'm not sure how this one's going to turn out because I used some leftover resin. So I did a art piece, like a wooden board, and with that wooden board pour, it was mainly blue, some whites, and there's a stage with the resin where you can pull it off quite easily, especially off silicon, and it's really soft, so you can sort of mold it and make it into different things. I've attempted to do that with some bowls. You could sort of get a flat mold and then sort of put it into a bowl, and when it cures, then it becomes that shape. I've managed to get a hold of the excess blue and white, and I thought, oh, that'd be a good idea to put it into skull. I actually probably put it into the wrong skull mold because I put it into the one with snake. It probably would have looked better on just a plain skull mold, but yeah, you find these out afterwards. I've also in this one gone and it doesn't look that great from looking underneath, but you can see the gold pieces in there. That's the snake, so I went in with some mica powder afterwards and went and coloured that in. So anyway, let's demold this one. These can sometimes be a little bit tough. You can use soap and water if you're doing this. Put into a bowl of soap and water and get it out. So yeah. Right, so that looks quite interesting. So that's the blue that I had that I sort of poured in there, and you can see it's gone and taken the shape of the snake on top, and then we've kind of got the gold that I've painted with mica powder the snake around, and unfortunately the resin's probably taken a bit of the color, so you do have that in there. And there's a few air bubbles in there. One of the things I'm trying to get underway is my pressure pot, and that will help remove bubbles in the future. But yeah, that's an interesting looking one with the sort of the blue and the golds and everything. I think that would look quite cool if I managed to get a lot of it and stuff the whole skull with that. That would be really cool. Excellent. Anyway, that's that one done. And then we've got this one here. This is the Darth Vader. So let's put up the camera there a little bit. As said, on the webcam today, so it's not the best quality, but you know, here is Darth Vader. So I'm just gonna demold him. Now with this one, I painted him with the gold mica powder, sort of the chameleon type powder, and it's a bit different than the one that was in the purpley color, which actually turned out quite Darth Vader-like. Cool, excellent. And here is our Darth, our gold Darth. He's turned out pretty cool. Like him, nice and shiny. Right, so that's all the molds from the weekend that I did. I did also do over the weekend just a flood coat across the blue resin pour that I did. And the reason I did that is because I did the first flood coat, and unfortunately maybe the it wasn't 100% level, which meant on one side not all the resin ran off, and so there's a bit of a dent there. So I'm going to come out with a video just showing you how to fix that. And I've managed to go and sort of get that sorted. The method also works if you get divots or bits where resin hasn't filled in. That's quite a regular occurrence if you have grease or different contaminants. Anyway, so the last part of this live here today is just going to be drawing the winner for this Darth Vader. This is the one that I did last week. This guy came out really great. I really like the color. It's quite a purple kind of sheen to it. It was the sort of reddy purpley mica powder that I did, and then some black as the fill. And he does look very Darth Vader like with that color. It's sort of the perfect match, really. Cool. So unfortunately, I don't have any special software here to show you because I'm trying to work out how I can even share screen on this thing. But I did the draw offline, and the winner is Isaac Clark. So Isaac, if you can get hold of me, I'm unable to message you, I think, on YouTube. But if you can get hold of me, you can get through to me on Instagram or Twitter or x.com as it's called now, and send me a DM. I'll get your address and I'll get this off in the post to you wherever you are in the world. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, those that did make it. It doesn't look like we have many people, but I didn't give anyone any notice. So thanks again. We'll catch you in the Art Lab. Until next time. See you later.